Stephen Colbert went to Congress today. Ben, what was he there for?
He was there to talk about migrant workers, obviously.
Which I believe is among Colbert's many specialties.
And he made members of Congress very uncomfortable. He said that he wanted to give he was lending his own star power to this issue because he wanted to bump the hearing all the way up to C-SPAN 1. It was on C-SPAN 3. And apparently it was so funny and so uncomfortable because he was very critical of just lawmakers in general at one point, saying, "I feel that after my testimony, both sides will work for the benefit of America, as you always do." And he made a lot of people very uncomfortable. JR, do we have clips of him making, what clip should we run that has him making a member of Congress most squeamish?
Steve King asked him a question. He kind of turned it into a joke.
This is clip 5, taking a question from Representative Steve King.
And I thought it was curious that on the farm where you harvest the corn, I was watching you actually unload a crate rather than load the crate. So it was curious to me that it looked like the corn was going the wrong direction, and I only presumed they must have run the film backwards. That was my point then, Mr. Poole. And I'd yield back to the gentleman,
now been cleared,
Mr. Gonzalez.
Mr. Gonzalez, that's the time.
Sure, Mrs. Colbert. Which direction was the corn going?
Well, I want to make sure that if I get this answer wrong, I can't be held for perjury. I was packing corn. I was a corn packer. And I packed it, I put it in the trucks, and I iced it down to keep it at 38 degrees so it wouldn't go through the process where the sugar turns into starch. And we got that corn out that day. I was a corn packer. And I know that term is offensive to some people because corn packer is a derogatory term for a gay Iowan. And I hope I didn't offend anybody.
A gay what?
Iowan, because Steve King's from Iowa. I was wondering where he's going to go with the corn packer. So some people were mad that he was there, right? So including Steve King. Now he's going to go on Fox later. Let's check out clip number 7.
I've known about this for a few days, but I didn't know that he was going to go in and testify in character. I read his written testimony last night. It was about 1 1/4 pages long, double-spaced, without much substance, and their witnesses requested to summarize their written testimony in 5 minutes. He went off on a comedy routine that he had written as a separate document, and I think it's an insult to the time and an insult to the intelligence of the American people that Congress has conducted themselves in this fashion. And I think one point that he made, that there'll be a lot of Democrats looking for work this fall, that is an accurate point, and I think that was accelerated by their conduct in this hearing today.
There's a lot of problems going on in Capitol Hill right now. There are a lot of problems in this country. You're talking about immigration. Obviously, that's a huge issue, especially to our friends along the southern border. Talking about unemployment and whether immigrants should take U.S. jobs. You got 14.9 million people unemployed in this country right now. And while it's great to listen to Stephen Colbert on Comedy Central at night, many people perceive that as a huge waste of your time and our taxpayer dollars. And does she owe us an apology?
Well, Megan, we have enough problems here on the Hill to make a blanket request like that. I don't know, but I will say this, that she and Stephen Colbert, among them, disparage the people that do hard work in America every day. She went out and did some work on this farm, and Stephen Colbert did some work on this farm. I pointed out that he was actually unpacking a crate of sweet corn, and it has to be going the other direction if it's going to be shipped off the farm. You don't unpack them there.
Wait, are you telling me he's not, in fact, an expert?
That he what?
He's not, in fact, an expert? You're telling me he didn't actually have his facts right?
I don't think he had his facts right. I saw the video.
These guys are taking it seriously. They're unbelievable.
Yeah, there are a couple of... but by the way, I mean, his point was also that he clearly did want to sort of bring to light the issue of, I mean, it's Stephen Colbert, and everything is, of course, we don't even... reversed.
Of course.
But
it's impossible for Steve King to understand that.
No.
Perhaps because he's a corn packer.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's like, the corn was going in the wrong direction. I don't understand this thing. And it's, should we punish, of course, the Fox News anchor is asking.
What's her name, Congresswoman? What's her name, Megan?
Yeah,
Megyn Kelly.
Megyn Kelly,
yeah.
Right. To punish the Congresswoman who asked Stephen Colbert to...
Right, Zoe Lofgren.
Right, to testify there.
Yeah. Punish her how?
Right. And they just seem stupefied that a comedian would do comedy.
Yeah, or that again, that anybody who wasn't them and didn't conduct business in their way where nothing absolutely gets done and all they do is all they do is vote no on any possible bill, and all they do is show no interest, by the way, in any degree of any meaningful immigration reform whatsoever. Wall Street Journal, let me bring, by the way, real quick, Colbert said at one point here, and first of all, he did a good thing here, because we're talking about this.
Yes.
So he succeeded exactly in what he wanted to do. He said, my grandfather did not travel 4,000 miles of Atlantic Ocean to see an American overrun by immigrants.
See, that's the brilliance of Colbert right there. For all of us, we get it, right? It's obvious. He's joking that we're all a country of immigrants and that we shouldn't be discriminating against immigrants, right? And, of course, Republicans, being the knuckleheads that they are, don't get the joke at all. And they're like, well, I don't get it. Obviously, we should throw him out of the country or something, right? And they're like, oh, thank God this guy agrees. But wait a minute, he's packing the corn wrong, right? So it's frustrating, man.
He says that, by the way, at the end, he did say something meaningful. He said, I like talking about people who don't have any power. And it seems like some of the least powerful people in the United States are migrant workers who come and do our work and don't have any rights as a result.